Okay, good morning everyone. I decided to do a video this morning just to basically show you guys what you're going to want to look for. I know there's 50 million RAS groups out there, so using the timestamp method, this is something we came up with years ago. It's been adopted pretty much throughout the RAS world now. There are ways to fake it, so I want to go over a few of the ways, the things that you need to look for. My kids are awake, so it's going to be havoc, but where it's just an information video, I figured it doesn't matter. So, as you can see, I've got my list, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, in the list here. Now, the first thing you're going to want to do is your timestamp. The reason why we do a timestamp is to show everybody that this is live. When the timestamp's entered, on the group, you'll see me hover over it. You'll see the time. You guys will see when it's gone in. No, just one sec, guys. My kid's having a fit. This is why I didn't want to do this when the kids are up. What would you like, little man? Hey, get off the box. Yeah. Oh boy, these kids are a handful. Don't climb on the box, honey. We're both sick with the cold, we all are. Alright, so the timestamp, again, we enter that so that you guys can see it's live. We show what time it is on there so that you can't flub it at that point for that anyways. Once it's entered, this is it. We're doing it live. But again, there's ways around the system. So I've got a couple of tabs. This is one thing you're going to want to watch for is tabs. It's very easy to have a couple of tabs open up the top here. And let's just say we'll just do tab number 2. We'll go 1, 2, and 3. Alright, so let's say my spot is C, and that's the one I wanted to win. So I do this real quick. 1, 2, 3. I immediately start the video, enter my timestamp, go over here, and you do your random. They'll do the 1, and then number 2, and then of course the third time. Now there are ways when you hit that third time, when it pops up, especially with a big list, you wouldn't see the top part, you're not going to see the bottom part, you're only going to see this middle area. So it's not that hard. When they click it, a lot of the time this blanks out. So if you were to have it set up to click it, and when it blanks, flip over to the other one, you wouldn't know the difference. And the timestamps would look very similar, right? But let's do this third timestamp. Alright, just for the sake of doing it the fourth time. You see this timestamp right here is going to tell you a lot. The day, not so much. But this UTC timestamp, you look at this one, you look at this one. 10:16, 11:05. So there's definitely, it even shows the seconds, right? So you got to look at those timestamps. Like, for instance, if you've got a RAS where they don't show this bottom on the third one, it is a big frickin' no-no. I know there's been issues lately with it. You have to show this. There is no way you can't show this. This is the only way you know for sure that this person has done this properly. It hasn't just gone and went, boop, alright, we win. And even then, they can pan down and say, here's your timestamp. It looks very similar. It looks right. But you got to watch. Because over here, let's just do it again. So we'll do it one more time so we get a fresh timestamp. 12:02. So we go over here and we say, alright, we're going to random this 3 times. 1, 2, and you see 16:12:09. Pay attention to that. There's 16:12:15. But if I wanted to rig it, it would be 16:12:02. So you'd actually go back a few seconds. But you got to watch those seconds. Because the seconds is the devil's in the detail with this shit. That could be the difference between someone screwing you and not. If they don't show it, big X. Videos have to stay up. If they delete their videos, again, a big X. The videos are up there so that people can scrutinize it, like myself or whomever, the people who are in it, so that we can go ahead and take a look and see, does this done right? Camera quality is another one. I've seen it before where they use crappy cameras off a phone, and the reason why they use it is because they don't want you to see what the hell's going on. Everything's fuzzy, makes it much easier to screw you guys over. That's why we do it the way we do it. We show everything that way. I mean, even though we've been doing it for 3 years and most everyone trusts us at this point, you know, you still got to show this stuff. You want people to feel that they're not getting screwed over. And there's some ways to do it with this. Another thing that myself and Jamie have been talking about, we haven't seen it yet. Again, the timestamps, the devil's in the details again. But it is possible that a programmer could go and make a program that looks like random.org. It could function very similar to random.org, except that it would have a higher probability for whatever spot that this person takes. So let's say he sets spot number 8. Spot number 8 could have a, you know, a 50% probability of coming on top when you do this. So we do have to watch for that. Again, it's going to be hard to fake the timestamps. And also, another way of doing it, which I think I might incorporate now that it's been mentioned, is show the top. You can see right up here, let me close this, because normally I don't have 2 open at a time unless I'm doing more than one, but it doesn't take much to, oops, I didn't mean to do that. Doesn't take much just to come up and say, you know, random.org. Although it doesn't show it when it's small. But even then, you can just go up, you can see that it's there. You can see we're on the web page. You can zoom out. Even then, they could probably create a shell that could do it, but I'm getting into some pretty heavy coding there. But again, you know, you can just show. I always like to show even the little crap at the bottom here, you know, 2,049 followers. The little stuff is the hard stuff to put in. So you got to look at the little stuff in order to figure out if they're screwing you or not. Could also even just stuff like this, you know, like just going over top of these shows that's an interactive website. It's not a shell. Again, you know, now that I'm saying this, I'm sure someone will have it in their head now, but I'm a computer guy. I'm an internationally licensed network admin, even though I don't use it no more. I'm very good with this stuff. Jamie as well is very good with computers, so between the two of us we can pretty much figure out whatever someone's doing, so if nothing else, you know. But I know lots of people like to spend their money elsewhere, and that is, I go to the odd group like RPM. I'm on there with those guys sometimes too, and you know, I only go to 2 groups. One doesn't do it anymore and the other one does, which is RPM. So I'm very selective of who I go with. I know these videos can be faked. I'm always looking for the details. But anyways, guys, I thought I'd upload this and hopefully it'll help you. Just, you know, keep an eye out for stuff like that. I know this most recent one was pretty blatant, but there's a lot sneakier out than that. So just protect yourself, and if you have any questions, just ask. We'll try to help you out. Have a good one.